Alright guys, 4:30 here in London. Let's have a look at the different move in the market today. So let's start with the euro. Just make my chart a bit bigger here. So this morning you had inflation reading for the European area. Inflation expectation 1.4%, core inflation expectation 1.2%. Both reading pretty slight bit on 0.1, so inflation 1.5 and core inflation coming out at 1.3%. So very little reaction in the euro, as you can see here in this circle. Mini push to the upside, that's it. But then 1 hour later, around 11 o'clock, you had some ECB sources saying that strong euro is worrying a growing number of ECB policymakers, and that would involve a delay in the QE exits. So then euro weakness, and that helped the trend to the downside that we've been seeing for the past 3 days. So after that, euro managed to break below the S1 level, broke below S1, and then printed the low of the day at 118.31, and then recovered this move for the afternoon. If we have a look at the pound, let me just bring my chart up here. So the pound, you had some comments regarding the negotiations between the UK team and the European minister in charge of the discussion with the UK team, so is Michel Barnier. And then all the different comments just didn't bring any new, let's say, development regarding the negotiations, and it was more, let's say, negative. Didn't really agree on anything together, the two different teams. So that weighted on the price of the pound. This morning managed to break below the S1 level, also took the low of yesterday, 128.86, tested the S2 level for the day, and then now just trading in between the S1 and S2 level. So that's for the pound. And then 1:30 this afternoon, you had some data from the US. So you had PCE, core PCE. All readings were in line with expectation. And then a bit later, at 2:45, you had the Chicago PMI. Expectation was 58.5, but we had 58.9 actual number. So a very small reaction seen in the different asset classes, because the reading was almost in line with expectation. Another main product that moved quite a lot today was oil. As you can see here on my chart, oil trading now above the 47 psychological handle. So this morning, very quiet, and then as soon as the US market started to come in, managed to break above the pivot, make a new high, broke above the 46.32, broke above R1 at 46.50, and then we also managed to take the high of yesterday here around 46.73, broke above R2, 47, and this 47 psychological handle. So yeah, oil a bit tricky these days to assess the direction, I'd say, because for the past few days we've seen gasoline shooting to the upside, and then the price of oil was pushing to the downside regarding the situation with the hurricane in the US. But then if you think about it, so the how's it called, Texas area, yeah, a lot of refineries where they produce the gasoline, and they need oil to produce gasoline. So you could say that because the refineries had to close down, so then the demand in oil would diminish, hence the move to the downside seen in oil. But then we had some news later this afternoon saying that the refineries are going to open in 2 weeks, and therefore if these refineries that produce gasoline reopen, they'll need to use oil as well, crude oil, to produce the gasoline. So then maybe that's why we see the pickup in the price of oil pushing to the upside. And again, because they're going to reopen in 2 weeks, maybe the market was positioning itself for the reopening of these factories, refineries, in, let's say, a month or something. So that's better if they reopen sooner. So also help the price of oil to push to the upside. So yeah, these are the main move of the day. And then, as I usually say, Le futur appartient à ceux qui se lèvent tôt, but except for tomorrow, because tomorrow, as you know, first Friday of the week, and you have non-farm payroll. So usually what happens is the European session in the morning is pretty quiet. So I'd say the future belongs to those who wake up before 1:30 and the non-farm payroll. If we have a look at the calendar, you can see here some data coming out of China overnight. Market manufacturing PMI at the UK 9:30, and then main event of the day, non-farm payroll expectation 180. You also have average hourly earnings, and then unemployment rate. And then later in the afternoon, you have ISM manufacturing PMI at 3 o'clock. And then later at 6, Baker Hughes or your rig count, like it is usually the case every Friday. Okay guys, that's the wrap for the day. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening, and I'll speak to you later. Thank you.